Shane Mosley. Again, an unusual fight in which the champion is the underdog because the buildup surrounding Mosley is so overpowering. 5'9" height for Mosley gives him a 3-inch advantage there. Quarter-pound weight advantage at the weigh-in yesterday, although Holiday supposedly weighs considerably more as they come into the ring tonight. And in the reach department, Mosley again with a 6-inch advantage. Rules of the bout, Harold Letterman.
The Philip Holiday Shane Mosley fight once again is scheduled for 12 rounds. There is no standing gate count, no 3 knockdown rule. The doctor or the referee can stop the fight, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Jim.
All right, Harold. And we get ready to bring in Shane Mosley of Pomona, California. Like Danny Romero, whom you saw on HBO's World Championship Boxing a couple of weeks ago, Mosley has been trained and managed by his dad since the beginning of his amateur career. You can see the knockout streak coming in. He's KO'd his last 13 opponents. The man right behind him, smiling at the camera, is Jack Mosley, father, manager, trainer.
For one reason or another, promoters starting a career without the launching pad of the Olympics. Mosley has never made a purse of more than $7,500 coming into this fight. He'll get 10 times that tonight.
Maybe no fighter with such a big reputation has ever earned so little within the present context of economics in boxing. Mosley, 22 knockouts in 23 wins. His very first championship fight comes against a proven commodity, Philip Holiday, who's already earned a global reputation, in part because of his unusual style. And perhaps Holiday has elected to make Mosley wait just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right, here comes Holiday. Bicycle racer, triathlete, swimmer, fighter of extraordinary physical condition. The 1,493 punches in 12 rounds, second most ever thrown by a fighter in a 12-round fight. The only man who ever threw more, Zach Padilla, used to spar 10 rounds a day with Shane Mosley in a 15-foot ring. So Mosley's seen this act before. Former welterweight contender Harold Volbrecht leads his fighter Holiday into the ring. Volbrecht, with his back turned to you there, had memorable bouts with Pepino Cuevas and Mark Freeland. Philip Holiday, 31 wins, no losses, no draws, 16 KOs. He has to work hard for all of his victories. His HBO debut, a decision win over Ivan Robinson in this ring, December 21. That's when he threw the 1,493 punches in 12 rounds, including 270 punches in the last 2 rounds of the bout. 133 in the 11th, 137 in the 12th. Let's go up to ring announcer Mark Biro for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mohegan Sun Casino on the Mohegan Reservation, Cedric Kushner Promotions in association with Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, This Bud's for You, presents the HBO main event, 12 rounds for the IBF Lightweight Championship of the World. Ring officials assigned by the International Boxing Federation in cooperation with the local boxing commissions. President Robert W. Lee, Supervisor Walter Stone. Judges at ringside from Coventry, Rhode Island, Robert O'Brien. From Johannesburg, Soweto, South Africa, Clement Martins. And from Providence, Rhode Island, Robert. The principals first in the blue corner to my right, wearing the cheetah design trunks, weighing 135 pounds. He is undefeated in 23 professional fights. He has 22 of those wins by way of knockout. He hails from Pomona, California, the 1992 U.S. Olympic team member and challenger, Sugar Shane Mosley. Mosley. His opponent in the red corner, wearing the white trunks, red trim and accessories. He weighs in at 134 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in 31 professional bouts. He has 16 wins coming by way of knockout from Benoni, South Africa, the IBF lightweight champion of the world, Philip No Deal Holiday. 12 rounds for the IBF lightweight championship of the world.
Philip. All right, gentlemen, you were given your instructions at the weigh-in. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, and respect the bell. Touch gloves. God bless.
What I'm curious about, Roy, is whether that graphic that showed that he hasn't gone more than 4 rounds in 3 years will be meaningful for Mosley. The good news is nobody's been able to go 4 rounds with him. The bad news could be that if Holiday can extend the fight, we may not see him as fresh as he'd like to be.
You share the overwhelming enthusiasm about Shane Mosley, Roy?
Yeah, I share the same enthusiasm because I saw him a lot as an amateur, and I thought he was a very good amateur, and I also knew that he could be a very good professional. However, when you have so many knockouts and you haven't been used to seeing a lot of rounds, it can be dangerous for you in that you don't learn a lot.
Beaten in the semifinals of the Olympic trials in 1992 by Vernon Forrest. That's what kept him off the Olympic team. A lot of people must have thought that he was going to make it at that time.
I surely did.
Fought as an amateur at 139 pounds and has been squeezing himself down to 135 as a pro. Be interesting to see if that's the right strategy over the long haul.
Well, it doesn't make a difference with Philip Holiday because Philip Holiday is really a natural welterweight.
Holiday weighing well over 135 as he enters the ring tonight. Mosley probably didn't gain quite as much weight. He was down to 135 2 weeks ago. In the early going, Mosley moving and Holiday not able to throw the non-stop fusillades of punches for which he's known. And Mosley going to the body when Holiday comes in close.
Mosley can be a fierce, fierce body puncher.
Mosley can be a fierce puncher, period.
We saw Mosley land a right-hand counter up and underneath. He's landed a couple of good left-hand shots to the body, and already Philip Holiday showing to Shane Mosley the kind of respect that he didn't have to show to Ivan Robinson back in December.
No, because Ivan didn't have the punching power that Shane has. Shane is doing a smart thing by holding Holiday when he gets inside, because this is where Holiday can be dangerous.
Shane's already making it clear. He's going to make it awfully difficult for Philip Holiday to throw, much less land, huge number of punches. Moves away when Holiday comes at him. He looks to counter rather than to lead. And he's going to the body whenever Holiday gets in close and punishing Philip. We're shortening the distance between them.
Don't punch. Don't punch.
Tell you what, though, Jim,
Don't punch. Don't
in the
punch.
long run, this is also going to make Holiday much more hungrier to get inside. So if he ever gets a chance to work inside, he's going to work awfully hard.
Don't punch. Don't punch.
They wrestle for punching room here. Holiday trying to get a right hand to the body. Shane Mosley clamping down on it with his left arm.
Flip, he's trying to throw big bombers in the beginning of the fight. He'll pay the penalties later on. He'll get tired with those trying to throw those big bombers, okay?
Try to roughen up a little bit.
Okay. If he runs around, don't follow him with long punches. Just move him with him quick, okay? But when you move with him quick, you gotta stay compact because he throws those body shots, okay? Put your hands down. Take a nice deep breath. Okay.
Come in, throw a lot of punches. Time him. He comes in, catch him with the right hand, left hook. The body shots there, take the body. Okay? But continue to be cool. You're doing great. That was I feel you won that round. Okay. All right? Take a deep breath. And watch the head bust. Watch him come in with his head. He's trying to come in with his head. You got good foot movement. That's good. It's good foot movement.
Right hand. But make sure you're close.
Come on, Harold. Come on, Harold.
Continue to be cool, okay? And concentrate.
Well, if CompuBox's numbers for the first round are accurate, then certainly Shane Mosley won it, landing 23 of 66 punches to only 4 of 45 for Holliday. Now Holliday tries to build the activity level as round 2 begins.
Break. All right, you guys got untied. Watch it just come out of there all right.
Quick left hook landed for Mosley as Holliday came in. Holliday still unable to find enough opportunities to start beating a tattoo on Mosley's body.
Because Mosley won't be still and let Holliday trap him against the rope. That's what Holliday needs his opponent to be at so he can get off.
Hey, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch. Step.
Mosley setting himself for power shots to the body as Holliday comes close. Hard right hands to the rib cage. Now pumping the left hand.
Step out, step out.
Holliday trying to work behind the jab. That's something that he does early in the bout.
You're locking up, guys. You're locking up. Come on.
Once he gets the rhythm he likes, he throws punches from all angles. Right hand over the top landed for Mosley.
Don't punch, don't punch, don't punch. Step out, step out.
Mosley very economical. Takes advantage of all his opportunities, but he's willing to wait for him.
Yeah, he's really waiting, and he's being very patient like he should be. He's not trying to rush too much.
Hey! One hand's free. Unlock on the other hand, guys. Come on. Is going to tire himself out if he continues to throw these big punches so much. It takes a lot out of you to miss with a big punch.
That's what Harold Volbrecht was telling Holliday in the corner between rounds.
Keep bringing that big head forward, hit it.
Quick left hand landed inside for Mosley. Holliday having to expose his chin as he leans in looking for punching opportunities.
Step out, step out, step out, step out. Pull your hand out. Get out yourself. Get out yourself.
Holliday has been very difficult to land cleanly on.
Step out.
He moves well as he comes inside, and so you see Mosley going to the body.
Hard right hands and a left hand to the body by Mosley. That left hand was a vicious blow right to the solar plexus. Remaining of Real Sports, just a sample of the dates remaining in August on which you'll be able to see this program, in which the now world famous referee Mills Lane continues to portray himself as the American capital of no BS.
This is me, and I'm going to do what I believe is right, and if I make a mistake, I'm going to tell you I screwed up. I'll admit it. All right, let's get it on. You show me somebody who's a good loser, I'd like to fight him every day. Let's go drink a beer. I love you. All right.
Maybe Mills is drinking a beer somewhere right now, enjoying boxing after dark.
Take this title. And don't leave it in there.
Hard-nosed judge in Reno, Nevada. A boxer in the gym for his recreation time and outstanding referee from Nevada State Athletic Commission, Mills Lane, profiled by Sonia Steptoe in this current edition of Real Sports. Round 3 begins, and Philip Holliday managed to jack the punch count all the way up to 107 through the first 2 rounds, but he's only landing at about a 14% rate by CompuBox numbers. 107 punches in 2 rounds is about half as many as Holliday normally would throw.
The reason is because he doesn't have an opponent to sit there and punch at.
Yeah, there's incoming going on here.
See the quickness and strength of Shane Mosley. Mosley now keeping Holiday away with the jab and landing the right hand behind it. Not too many 135-pounders in the world could show Philip Holiday the hand speed that Shane Mosley is exposing him to right now.
He must have hurt Holiday. He has Holiday backing up.
Some of those body shots, Roy, I think might be driving Holiday backwards now.
This is definitely the type of fight that Shane Mosley wants. He can take his time, pick his shots, do what he wants to do, and Holiday can't beat him fighting this type of fight.
Yeah, I just started to say, it's impossible to imagine Holiday winning the fight if they're going to fight this way. He's going to need to do something to change the tempo of the fight dramatically if he'll have a chance to fight his own style.
If he keeps fighting like this, though, he's going to be knocked out soon.
Vicious right-hand shot to the body by Mosley. Mosley able to be patient and pick his shots. We've told you over and over how Holiday would like to throw 125 punches per round. In the first minute and a half of this round, he threw a total of 10. Just can't win that way.
Well, he's getting disencouraged because he can't catch his opponent. He's not used to fighting a guy that he can't catch up with.
And Shane Mosley, though this is the first time he's been in an event of this particular rarefied stature in the sport, seems utterly relaxed.
He's having his way. He's doing everything he wants to do very successfully, and he has no worries, really.
Left hand to the body, left hand upstairs. Holiday, if not stunned, certainly befuddled by Mosley's hand speed and power. Yeah, round three, very big.
Mosley can't get out of hand here. He has to maintain composure.
Break.
We're going to give you a shot of Philip Holliday's mother, who has traveled all the way here from their home in South Africa, and who is unable to watch the fight as her son in the early rounds not able to get the best of it against Shane Mosley.
Just keep on trying that over right hand, okay?
Keep awesome.
And there's a look at the posture that Mrs. Holiday brings to the experience of her son's fight against Shane Mosley so far.
She fasts for 2 weeks before his fights.
You saying, Bumsy, you get tired, Nana.
Seconds out.
Okay.
Be cool.
In round three, Philip Holiday was able to throw 31 punches. About 1/4 as many as he would like to be throwing. At some point, Holiday's going to have to throw caution to the wind and just go in and wail away, Roy.
Yeah, but it's hard to just walk in and wail away on a guy that can punch like Shane Mosley.
All right, right back. There you go.
Break, don't punch. Step out.
He can't beat the man. Come on.
Pull out of there.
Withstand that.
Hey, don't punch. Go get him.
Mosley, as an amateur, had an early win over Oscar De La Hoya, later beat Rafael Ruelas. He has sparred in the gym with most of the great names in Los Angeles boxing from the last 10 years.
Break, don't punch. Step out.
And he has a lot of ring experience, you can tell.
He poo-poos the fight with Oscar. He says they were both kids at the time. He's not trying to make anything of it.
Good idea. He may get a real fight with De La Hoya somewhere down the road. Right now, he's 12 pounds away from De La Hoya's weight class.
This is not not the fight Shane Mosley wants.
Push off, push off.
Holiday putting his chest or his head on Mosley's chest now and just trying to push him backward.
This is where Holiday wants to be. This is not the fight that Shane Mosley wants to see.
Well, maybe Holiday decided I've taken enough punches from the outside. Let's see how they feel if I go in closer.
Get your hand out of there.
But you know, we're coming to the end of the 4th round, and as we pointed out earlier, he hasn't gone more than 4 rounds in 3 years.
No, he hasn't.
He's landed a lot of heavy leather early and maybe wondering why Holiday's still there. Holiday, remember, is as well conditioned as any athlete in the sport.
Holiday has a bunch of different ways of making Mosley use energy. He's holding, he's pushing, he's gnawing. He's doing everything he can to consume up some of Shane's energy.
And he is not afraid. He's shown a lot of bravery here, just as Jorge Paez did in the first fight of the evening.
Trying to wrestle you and suck up your strength through wrestling, okay? Don't allow that to happen. Don't wrestle with this guy. And he's also trying to hit you behind the head, so be sure you protect yourself behind the head. Okay, I still want you to go to the body. You're getting some good body shots in.
I got you.
And I still want you to hit him with a stiff jab because he's coming in. So get on your toes a little bit and just hit him with a jab so you can get your rhythm. Don't let him throw you out your rhythm. He's trying to throw you out your game. That's what he's trying to do by roughing you up and holding yourself. Don't allow that to work. Keep your jab, keep your composure, keep your jab in his face, keep them right hands in his face, but aim at your target, okay? Aim at your target, always.
We talked earlier about Shane Mosley's pinpoint punching and combination punching. Here you see the best example so far against an opponent very difficult to line up for that kind of combination.
Philip Holiday finally beginning to get the punch count up closer to where he wants it to be. Still not nearly in the kind of figures that he's demonstrated before, but he did throw 67 punches in the 4th.
Harold Letterman, 4 rounds. How do you have it?
Larry, the score is very obvious. 4-0, 40-36, Shane Mosley. I agree with everything you guys are saying about Shane Mosley, but there's 2 things I want to point out. Number 1, I agree that he may get arm weary because he's throwing a lot of punches and he's, you know, a lot of arm punches. And number 2, listen to this referee, Steve Smoger, Double S Steve Smoger. He keeps saying, get off the head, get off the head. What Mosley does is he sticks that left hand, he pulls Holiday's head down, and he whacks him with a right hand, and that's illegal.
Pull out yourself, that's it. Push off and work, push off and work.
First time in almost 3 years that Shane Mosley has been into the 5th round. We'll look for the small telltale signs that his form might begin to break down as he becomes fatigued.
Well, we already see a little bit of it because Philip Holiday is getting much closer to him than he could earlier in the fight. So we see that he's slowing down a little bit, but hopefully he'll catch a second win and keep himself going.
What do you mean, hopefully, Roy?
Well, I mean, you want to see a good fight. If he doesn't, then all these high dreams and hopes that we have for him are going to go down the drain.
We want to see a great fight.
There you go.
Holiday is going to try to out-hustle him, use his conditioning, make this an ugly, troublesome fight for a guy who's just a boxer.
But that's classy Philip Holiday. That's the way he fights. That's what he brings to the table.
That and his indomitable will, which is part of what's helped him to hang in through 4 very difficult rounds and begin to get the fight a little bit more on his level.
Pull out, Philip, pull out. Your hands are loose, pull out, Shane.
Mosley trying to go limp and avoid wrestling with Holiday when Holiday grabs him and tries to throw him around. Holiday doing everything possible to tire Mosley out, as Roy Jones pointed out in the last round.
That's what Mosley should be doing right there. Staying outside, making him punch, making him miss, and countering.
Way to get out, way to get out.
He doesn't want to be inside pushing and hustling and wasting energy on other things.
You get the impression, whether it's justified or not, that Holiday has finally come to believe that he's tasted Mosley's power and he can live with it.
Yeah, and he's also catching up with Mosley more, like I said earlier. This gives him confidence.
Hard right hand to the body by Mosley, but he's not landing as many hard shots now through the course of the rounds as was the case in the first 3 frames of this bout.
Where's that sandpaper? Rinse your cookie. Give it here. Okay, come.
That's another Boxing After Dark coming up on September 6th. Daniel Zaragoza against Eric Morales. Floyd Mayweather against Louis Leja. Have you seen Floyd Mayweather yet? If not, you got to be with us on September 6th.
Hy wil jou time vir 'n groot punch. Maar hy kan nie die druk vat nie.
You don't have a chin. All you got to do is hook him on the chin. But you got to set it up with your jabs. Okay? And you got to win, because this is what? If you don't get this one, 3 more years to wait.
We ain't gonna wait.
Maybe 4 years. You got it. You got to get it.
Take over now, okay? We'll start.
Seems a little bit early to be whipping the horse, especially when he's gone out and won at least the first 4 rounds. But maybe he needs a reminder.
Yes, he does, because he was starting to slow just a little.
Well, and I think he got sloppy in the 5th round, and the 5th round belonged to Philip Holiday, who threw more punches and landed more. In between rounds, handlers in Holiday's corner were putting sandpaper to the bottom of his shoes, trying to get more traction in this relatively small ring, Roy.
Yeah, he was slipping a couple of times earlier in the fight. I saw him slip in his corner once. I saw him slip over toward the neutral corner once.
Hey, don't pop. That's good. Very good. Ready to get out.
A good body shot by Philip Holiday. By Shane Mosley.
Vicious right hand to the body by Mosley. The second one was low, but it was on the opposite side from referee Steve Smoger. He didn't see it. Another hard right hand to the body by Mosley as Holiday steps in and pressures Sugar Shane more and more. Jack Mosley probably a little bit optimistic when he set up Holiday. He doesn't have a chin. All you're going to have to do is hit him with a hook, but you got to set it up with a jab. I think Holiday's shown a pretty good chin so far.
Yeah, but
push him off, Phil. Push him off.
Holiday has kept his chin tucked, so therefore Mosley hasn't really caught him with any good shots on the chin. I'll tell you something else. Holiday is making Mosley work hard, exceptionally hard.
You know, fighters like Holiday, Roy, are always harder to fight than they look like. I mean, they don't give you a chance to set up, to think.
Mosley switching southpaw here, incidentally. Go ahead.
They're just hard guys to fight. Everybody watching him from outside says, well, we could fight him. We could do this. We could do that. You get in there, and you don't have time to do anything.
Oh, you get in there, and after doing this and doing that for 4 or 5 rounds, he's still there, and he's coming even harder. And you've already been there and did that, and he's still coming.
Mosley popping Holiday with a right while he was holding his neck with the left hand.
Hey, don't touch that.
Smoger came in and broke him up. More and more it becomes a brawl. The two fighters wrestling and tugging and pulling at each other as they try to land punches at the same time.
And like I said earlier in the fight, this is not the fight Shane Mosley really wants.
Off his neck, Shane. That's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, but for all his trying, Holiday doesn't seem to be landing anything real solid, real effective.
No, but it's the mental effect. He's getting kind of what he wants.
Put your hand off. That's it.
If you're in the corner, you want to see your guy always starting to get more of what he wants. Even if he's not winning, even if he's not landing the big punches, you at least want him to get the fight that you want him to fight.
You want to sit in your pocket?
No.
Look, we have to start winning rounds, bitch. Okay, we have to start winning rounds.
Halfway home, 7 coming.
All right. Well, now we're going to start taking over, Flip. We're going to start banging a bit. Yeah. He's getting tired. He's slowing down. Okay, let his arms start working, okay?
Harass you, that's his style, so don't let him wrestle you, okay? Because then it's making you look bad. when he wrestles. So just spin off, push him off, and on the break he's trying to hit, so you better hit him back on the break when you're getting away from him. And then if he fouls you, set him up. Do some feints, okay? Good work. Keep it up. Let's go.
Go straight into him now, you know. Ball him, okay. But keep your hands up when you get that bitch out of there. Pop up, just take your time.
You can do it, you can do it.
They're halfway through a scheduled 12. 7th round begins.
Hey, don't punch, don't punch. Step away.
Punch output numbers have evened up in the 6th round. Mosley threw 78, Holliday threw 70. Philip Holliday still nowhere close to the 120 or so punches per round he'd love to throw. But he's willing to trade in close with Shane Mosley. And they're trading power shots in the center of the ring.
Let him out, Phil. Let him out. That's it.
Remember before the fight I said, fellas, that what you find out in a fight like this about a fellow like Mosley is what he has inside.
That's right.
And now he's being tested for that.
Yes, he is, to find out if he's game or not.
We know what Holliday has inside. He's a proven commodity in that regard. He ain't going away. You're going to have to put him away.
Now he'll be there.
That's it. Work your way out of there.
Philip Holliday pumping up and under with the right hand. And for the first time in the bout, Mosley gets something like a weary look in his eye. As if to say, well, it's going to be hard work after all.
Well, he's breathing very hard now. That's not good.
Put your hand out, Phil. Put your hand out.
Remember that Shane Mosley's gone the distance only once in his career. He's never gone 12. Holliday is completely familiar with that experience. On the distance in 4 of his 7 title fights. Mosley still able to land punches in bunches, but no longer with the searing power that he seemed to show in the first few rounds.
Yes, and if he's just pity-patting on Philip Holliday, you're not doing yourself much good.
Holliday with a high rugby tackle takes Mosley into the ropes. Mosley backing up and trying to stay away. And at this fight, or at this moment, the crowd begins to boo a little bit as the non-stop action they had expected momentarily disappears.
Moses' arms must be tired or something. He's not punching, he's just moving around. And the crowd didn't come to see this. They came to see some punches.
And Holliday landed a flush left hook.
Look, this is now when you take over. This is where your strength comes in. This is your type of fight coming up now, okay? He's running away. You just got to follow him, get on top of him, but you got to punch. Okay, you got to put more power behind your punches. All right.
What deep awesome slip.
Give me the cow.
Harold Letterman, 7 rounds, your score.
Larry, 69-64. Shane Mosley, 5 rounds to 1. Personally, in that 5th round, I agree with you, Larry. I thought that Philip Holliday got inside but didn't land the clean hard shots, and I gave it to Mosley. But in that 7th round, Philip Holliday won the round. He's all over Mosley. Shane looks like he's tiring badly. Just like I said before, I think he's getting arm weary. If Philip Holliday keeps this up, this could be a closer fight than we expected.
You're going to catch him. But boxing is set it up.
Harold. Here you see Mosley trying to find room to punch. Finally sends one over the top.
Was the first one in which the punch stat numbers were lopsidedly in Philip Holliday's favor, landing 25 of 64 blows in that round. By far his best stanza of the fight. And as the 8th round begins, Mosley continues to back up and try to stay away from Holliday. And you heard Harold Volbrecht telling Philip Holliday, keep going, just throw more punches. I don't want to be snide here, Larry, but does he still look like Sugar Ray Robinson?
Well, not against this type of an opponent. Even Sugar Ray Robinson didn't look like Sugar Ray Robinson against some opponents. This is a really hard guy to look good against, and we're trying to find out whether the skill level matches the rest of it. I see Mosley, I see Holiday, you know, pressing him, pressuring him, but I don't see him landing real clean shots. Do you?
No, and Mosley is also still keeping his composure. A good body shot by Shane.
Mosley thought coming into the bout that Holiday would be the ideal opponent to look good against because, as he said, I won't have to go very far to find him, and he throws so many punches that he'll leave openings for me.
But he didn't know that he'd be coming like this, I don't think.
Mosley losing the support of the crowd through these last 3 rounds, as Holiday has continued to be the aggressor looking for opportunities, and Mosley more and more seems only to want to stay away.
Well, he's making Holiday miss, but the crowd wants to see him counter after he makes Holiday miss.
And shouldn't they?
Yes, they should. That's what they pay for.
Good straight right hand by Mosley.
Break, don't punch.
Holiday unable to land anything overwhelmingly effective, but touching Mosley with the leather, just trying to stay occupied.
Pull out.
I mean, I'm waiting
Hands are loose. Your hands are
for
loose.
Holiday, who is no Holiday to fight, obviously, but I'm waiting for him to land something really crisp, solid, and I don't see it.
I don't think he can land something crisp and solid on a fighter like Shane Mosley.
Running away. But when you got him, you got to punch. When you put him in a corner, you got to punch. He can't win. He can't win rounds by running away like a coward. Okay. But when you got him, you got to punch. All right, come on, boy. Look at this. Round 9 coming. Right, this is your time. Yeah. You're gonna come on. You're gonna come back now. You're gonna show him. Come on, Flip. Put it together now. You have to catch him. You haven't catched him with a clean over right hand yet.
Okay, and then try to set him up with some more body shots. Okay, don't throw just one body shot. Body shot, right hand, left hook again, okay? Okay, if the head is open, hook the head. If the body's open, hook the body. But set it up.
Okay, come on. Watch him. You got to catch him with a good over right hand. I'm still thinking if you catch him, you'll rock him. Okay, sit.
Round begins, and there are a lot of Mosley supporters who wouldn't have thought that he would need to go into the 9th round against Philip Holiday.
But it's good he's doing this because he proves a lot to everybody at one time. They won't have to wonder, can he go the distance, or can he stay strong throughout the entire fight, or can he deal with the pressure? He's proving all of that right here tonight.
Don't punch.
He's had to be a real professional, and he's been a pro.
That's it. Push off. That's it. No.
Now Shane Mosley appears to be catching his second wind. One point he seemed to be a little arm weary, but now he seems to be coming on again.
Break, don't punch. Step out. Hands up, guys. Push them off, that's it. Your hands are loose, guys.
A good right hand by Shane Mosley. Now he's finding the mark again.
Now suddenly it looks like round one again. When Mosley was crisp and firing combinations effectively. Well, a little bit earlier in the fight, we showed you a shot of Holliday's mom from Benoni, South Africa, Joyce Ann Holliday. Director Mark Payton tells me that he's been watching her and that throughout the bout, she has not watched a single punch thrown. She faces to the wall during the action, and when the bell sounds to end the round, she turns and faces the ring to watch what happens between rounds. It's an interesting way to watch a prize fight. There she is. She's turned back to the ring at this moment to allow herself to enjoy the between rounds action, and once they start fighting again, she'll turn to the wall. Coming in October, HBO's exclusive documentary, Where Have You Gone, Joe DiMaggio, through the use of home movies and HBO Sports signature and rare film. You'll see one of America's most beloved but reclusive icons as never before. HBO chronicles the Yankee Clippers' baseball career and his life since off the field in Where Have You Gone, Joe DiMaggio. Here at HBO Sports, it's our fall classic.
Good shots, okay.
Technical title of the series is Boxing After Dark, and that's what it's become, a tactical boxing match here between slugger Shane Mosley and windmill punching machine Philip Holliday. Harold Letterman through 9 rounds. Continues to show Mosley with a clear lead. And in the ring, the wrestling match continues as Holliday continues to work Mosley. And Steve Smoger asks Mosley to quit holding Holliday.
Stay out there and box, guys. Come on.
A good body shot by Mosley.
He's landed a lot of good body shots, but one at a time.
Hey,
yep, they take their toe.
You're wrestling, guys. You're wrestling. Let's go now. Come on.
Couple of leaping left hooks by Mosley.
You see, now there was an opportunity a moment ago, Roy, for Holliday to punch, and he held instead.
Yeah, that means that these body shots that Mosley landing one at a time is starting to take a toll on him because he doesn't want to get caught with one anymore. Now, Holliday holding where he should be punching that, like you said. That usually means something's wrong. He's getting hurt or he's hurting bad one.
Mosley able to land some vicious body shots in this round. Some of his best contact since the first 2 rounds. One punch at a time, but Mosley doing most of the scoring here.
I think he's regained his confidence. He's focused again, and he has Holliday backing up. These are not points that Holliday's supposed to be backing up at.
Outstanding combinations there by Shane Mosley.
Let him out. I'm not got him. Break. Don't punch. Don't punch. Don't punch. Don't punch.
Yeah, Shane is really putting a hurting on Holliday's body. Holliday is holding more inside now than Mosley is. And this is where Holliday is supposed to reign supreme at.
Yeah, Mosley has left Holliday's rib cage red and puffy on both sides. He has pounded him viciously to both sides of the body.
Oh, good shot he tried. That would have ended matters.
Step. Would have ended matters, huh?
Yes, it would have.
Budding play-by-play man Roy Jones, borrowing phrases from some of the great ones.
Keep his paying. But watch this guy's head. Watch his head. Dirty fighter.
Doing a lot of wrestling, Howard.
But he's we need these rounds, eh? We need these rounds. You're gonna rough him.
No, he's tired. He's hurt.
Get the legs, baby.
You understand? He's hurt. Go get him. Stay on top of his ass for these next 2 rounds. You understand me? Stay on top. You gotta get it. You gotta do it. You understand? New IBF champ. You beat him every damn round.
But come out here. That's the
This fight may not be as pretty and classic as you would want to see for someone like Shane Mosley with his reputation and his repertoire. But let's remember, he's going against an undefeated champion who's successfully defended his title 6 times, who has a very difficult style to fight. Harold Letterman, how do you have it?
Larry, I agree. I'll go along with the stylist this time because although we score an effective aggressiveness, Philip Holloway is aggressive but not effective. He comes rushing in and Shane Mosley punches him. I got it 8 rounds to 2, 98-92. Shane Mosley, it's all over but the shouting unless Holloway scores a knockout.
Well, Harold, the way I've been scoring some fights lately, I would have thought that the Titanic would have beaten the iceberg. But I agree with you on this one.
Watch your head.
Shane's fought a very intelligent fight tonight. He got caught up in Holliday's fight for a minute, but he's beating Holliday at his own game right now.
Shane Mosley has never fought past the 10th round, so this is his first trip to round 11. The folks in his camp insist that he didn't train or didn't spar more than 10 rounds at any time for this bout. I tend to doubt that. I don't think they would have come into this fight without having him spar 12 rounds at least once.
He's really putting a banging on Holliday's body right now.
Mosley has landed virtually all of the hard punches in this fight, as far as I can see.
Certainly in the last couple of rounds, that's been the case. He's been hammering Holloway to the body in the last couple of rounds, and I think he just decided to dispense with any plans for a knockout, quit trying to go upstairs on Holloway, and went back to raking the body as he did effectively in the first 2 or 3 rounds.
Which was what was winning the fight for him in the beginning.
Yeah. He seemed to slow down when he started headhunting a little bit and looking to try to set Holloway up for a knockout. And he seems to have decided in the past couple of rounds, well, maybe that just won't happen. I'll take what he's giving me, which is the rib cage for a lot of points.
Very smart thing to do.
A weary Philip Holloway bearing in. It's the only way he knows how to fight, but no sting on the punches. Just a continual sort of arm-punching motion for Holloway as he tries to put leather on Mosley, but without much effect.
But tonight you're seeing the difference in a good fighter and a good boxer.
Mosley's the boxer.
Yeah, Holloway has no balance. He just punches and punches, and he always depends on his condition to win fights for him. And now he's met a guy that can stand up to that also knows how to box. He's usually not going to come out too good in these type of incidents.
You'll have to swing good. Wait him on the edge.
Dominate this round. Dominate. Don't let him wrestle, James. Throw punches, any kind of punches. Throw him, body shots, head shots, anything that's open, hit him with it. Pay attention to me. I'm paying attention. Okay.
I'll wipe it up now. Okay, now. Come, Flippy, we'll have to pull it down. You must come with that over right hand, but we need that over right hand now.
Don't give him no way to come out of this thing on top. Take the round, Shane. You understand me? Take it. Body shots, head shots. You can do it. You got it.
All right. Let's go. Come on.
Think, but take the round. You got to box it.
Jack Mosley portraying a sense of urgency to his son Shane, demanding, take the round. I think it's a very good idea in any fight that's likely to go the distance to go out and close the show and win the 12th round.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see him rob his son. He's probably seen it happen a few times to a few different great fighters, and he doesn't want to see it happen to him. That was a smart thing to tell him.
Break, don't punch, don't punch, don't punch.
As long as he doesn't get careless, though.
Philip Holliday has never in his career scored a knockout past the 10th round, so in all likelihood, Holliday is looking for the kind of miracle he's never before produced in his terrific unbeaten career.
Push out of there yourself. Pull your hand out.
Philip Holliday just doesn't seem to have that big knockout punch anyway.
Nope. No, he would have to land about 20 unanswered blows at this point to get Mosley into the kind of trouble that could produce a knockout.
And a few elbows and headbutts on top of it.
Step around, step around. Put your hand up, baby. Put your head around. Okay.
So you're not tempted to say that Shane has taken any kind of a chance in being aggressive and going out with the mindset that he has to win the round.
No, I don't think he is, because I don't think Holliday can hurt him nowhere.
Although he was momentarily off balance there as Holliday went after him with the right hand, and Holliday could have knocked Mosley down if he tagged him on the chin right there.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think he's really strong enough at this point to knock Mosley down.
Yeah, he was just back on his heels for a second.
That's all.
Left hook to the body, one of Holliday's better shots of the whole fight. Mosley barely felt it.
That's it, way to push off.
All things considered,
when a fighter
Mosley's
puts his head down in order to get close to the opponent, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do, because a good professional fighter can make an ugly fight out of any fight if he's determined to do that.
That's right.
Just like what we just saw there.
That's it, push
in that exchange.
Hank, that's it. Let me in. A little bit to go, guys. A little bit to go. Come on, fellas.
In my judgment, Holliday has just been outclassed in this fight.
That's basically what happened tonight. No other way to put it.
some flat spots in the middle for Shane Mosley, but he started fast and is finishing well. Right hand side, kind of a half uppercut, landed flush for Mosley.
Don't punch, no punch, no punch.
Holliday, no stranger to work. He'll keep at it, but he just hasn't found a way to damage Shane Mosley in any way in this fight. Something a little bit more spectacular.
Yeah, it was not an aesthetically pleasing contest, we can say.
Yeah, but he got the job done. He patiently held on, did what he was supposed to do, and he got the job done. He'll come back and make up for it, I'm sure, in his next few outings.
And Joyce Ann Holliday's face might lead you to believe that she's already heard the decision. She hasn't, but that's likely to be the way she looks right after the decision is announced as well.
You're right.
Philip Holliday never able to build up the rhythm and tempo which had carried him to 6 successful title defenses. A man who's accustomed to throwing 120, 130 punches per round, threw 1,493 punches in 12 rounds in his previous HBO appearance. He was hundreds short of that tonight as we look at the final punch stat numbers. And you'll see that Holliday wound up throwing more punches by a margin of 71 but Mosley landed 66 more. So thus the huge difference in connect percentage. Mosley landing 41% of the shots that he threw to only 28% for Philip Holliday.
Bring Philip some water.
The effective boxing style of Shane Mosley, limiting Philip Holliday's opportunities to throw punches, as did Mosley's power to the body.
I tell you what, though, Philip Holliday is about as classier game of guy as you're ever going to see. He's a guy who stayed there, took everything he had, and took it to the highest degree. He took every little tool. He isn't really a talented boxer, doesn't have big power, but he took everything necessary and proved that he can make a world champion out of it, and I commend him for that.
He's a sportsman who views this as a sport. He's been a champion because of his great commitment to training and conditioning. And he's probably just absorbed the first loss of his career. Let's find out as Mark Barrow gives us the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Robert Paulino scores it 116-113. Judge Robert O'Brien scores it 117-111. And Judge Clement Martin scores it 115-114. Unanimous decision for the IBF lightweight champion of the world, Sugar Shane Mosley.
So a unanimous decision for Mosley in a fight that was scored perhaps a little closer than some of us might have suspected. 116-113 by one judge and 115-114 by another. And now let's go up to Larry Merchant with the winner.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Shane. It's been a long time coming. Your thoughts on the fight?
Well, you know, Philip came in, like I said, with his head coming in, and it was a little awkward to try to get past the punches, but, I don't want to make any excuses on my performance, but, I had the runs before I even came into the ring like 12 o'clock this morning, and, it was hard for me. I came in, I weighed in at 140. I never weighed in like 140. I always weigh in like 47 when I come to a fight, so, I was a little dehydrated because of that, and that's why I couldn't really throw my power punches like I wanted to. Here's my little son. This is Shane Jr. right here. I'd like to thank God.
So are you saying that despite the fact that you won a unanimous decision, won a title belt, that you're a little bit disappointed that you didn't have a chance to show your stuff?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, in the way I boxed tonight. I was a little sluggish, a little sloppy, but, I know I could fight a lot better than that. It's just that I was, a little weak. I don't know, I ate something wrong before I fought. And it just came out of me early this morning. I had to drink a lot of Pedialyte and stuff to restore my, my bowels. But first of all, I'd like to thank God for, for this victory, and I'd like to thank my father for the support. I'd like to thank Big Bear for the great work. I'm Big Bear and Pomona, West Covina, out there on the basketball courts. Wait a minute, I'm not through yet, Larry. LA Boxing, and everybody that's behind me.
All right, thank you very, very much. And again, congratulations. And now let's go to Philip Holliday. Philip, you describe what happened in the fight for us.
Oh, well, he ran a lot and he made me miss a lot. I couldn't get my punches, I couldn't get my rhythm. I just have to congratulate Shane Mosley. He put up a good performance, he won the title, that's what the judges saw. And I just want to thank my trainer for all the work we've put into this and all the work we've done. No, I did it. I went there and I tried my best, and it's the Lord Jesus' will. He wouldn't want me to win the title today, so that's it.
Is he the best fighter you fought?
No, he's definitely not the best fighter. He's one of the strongest fighters. I've fought guys he's strong, but he wasn't as strong as I thought he would be according to his record.
All right, thank you very much.
I was going to say thanks to my trainer, Harold, for all the work he's put in, for the title defended. I congratulate Shane Mosley for a good performance. I want to thank the Lord Jesus for taking me so far, for my family that's here, that's watching the fight, came and support me, my family at home, thanks very much, and my wife, I love you lots.
Thank you very much. And now back to you, Jim and Roy.